Hello again, everyone. I'm Gene Valicenti. This is Beyond the Podium, where we go one-on-one with the candidates. Secretary of State Nellie Gorbea is a Democrat running for governor. In your own words, what differentiates you from your opponents?
Well, I'm running for governor because I want to make Rhode Island work again. And the way that my candidacy has taken off really is a testament to the fact that for 30 years, I've been working here in the nonprofit, in the government sectors. I know what it's like to be in private sector as well. And so this is a particularly important moment in our history. We have all this money that needs to be deployed effectively into improving Rhode Island. And I'm the candidate that can actually get it done. You've seen me do it as Secretary of State, and now I hope to do that as your next governor.
Explain what you see as the most important issue facing Rhode Island.
For me, absolutely the most important issue facing our state is housing. Housing, whether you're a senior citizen or you're a young person starting to make your way in the world, is completely unaffordable in the state of Rhode Island. And housing is foundational to making sure that kids get a good education, to making sure that people stay healthy, and even has an impact on climate. So to me, housing, the affordability of housing is key. It's an economic sector that we can absolutely thrive in as well. We have a lot of businesses that are connected to the home building industry. And I'm running to be the housing governor.
How are you uniquely qualified to address that particular issue?
You know, I was executive director of Housing Works Rhode Island for almost 6 years. I've been involved in community and economic development in Rhode Island for most of my 30 years here in the state. And so I have the perfect background to really solve this problem. It's not just about funding, although as executive director of Housing Works, I'm very happy to see that the state is putting in, monies from the state budget and from bonds into building affordable housing. But the real problem solving needs to happen with regards to the cities and towns. We need to, as a state, come together. And I am the leader that can make that happen by working with the cities and towns, with the private sector, with the nonprofit community to solve our housing crisis.
What's an example of a policy or issue that you've changed your mind on over the past 20 years? You felt one way about something, now you feel differently.
Over the last 20 years, I have come to recognize how connected things are. That part of the problem in solving our biggest issues is that we work in silos. So we work only in housing or only in education or only on climate change. I've come to learn that many of these problems are interconnected and the solutions need to be interconnected. And when you have a diversity of opinions, perspectives, and backgrounds around the policymaking table, you get to the best solutions.
What question do you wish someone would ask you?
Why do I love Rhode Island? That is a question that I would love to hear more from. I love Rhode Island because it is a fantastic state. It's got a great history, a history of inclusion, a history where we've had some really tough challenges that we're still wrestling with regards to equity and diversity. But compared to other places, Rhode Island has a lot to offer. And I think that it is in our diversity, it is in our size, it is in our economic sectors of the blue economy and the green economy and manufacturing, hospitality and tourism. All of that make it a fantastic state to live and to be a parent in. And so I'm thrilled with this possibility of being Rhode Island's next governor because I look forward to leading this wonderful community.
Who's your political hero and why?
So one of my political heroes is actually a historical hero. It's General Joshua Chamberlain from Maine. And what I loved about him, I learned about him in the movie Gettysburg, and then I read, Killer Angels. What I loved about him, it was his inclusive leadership. He was a general who walked with his men instead of riding his horse. And to me, that is what being a leader is. You have to be with your people and be able to see what they're seeing and in order to be able to fully understand the scope of the problem in front of you. So that's actually who I think of when I think of strong leaders.
What's the best advice you've ever received?
The best advice I've ever gotten is to step back and to listen to a variety of viewpoints. When you do that, you can really check yourself and your own bias and your own ideas and come up with what is the best solution out there.